want to talk about this video right here. This video is called The Marathon Cinematic Changed My Life and Maybe Ruined the Game. It is by the YouTuber Astroguard. I will put their handle in the comments or the caption so you can know where to go to watch it, because it's a fantastic video and articulated something I have been trying to articulate forever. I could not handle seeing myself reflected 17 times. So they talk about the Marathon Cinematic and just how insanely it changed their thought process and how excited it got them for the game. And me too, because originally I'm not an extraction shooter person at all. I do not care. I do not want to play an extraction shooter. I just don't. Except for Arc Raiders, the love of my life. This isn't about them. But when I saw that cinematic short, I literally watched the cinematic short 3 to 4 times a day for like the next 2 weeks. I was in. I went and signed up for the play test. I was so ready to love the game. And a point that Astroguard makes in the video is it is not fair to compare a cinematic short that's polished and well made to an alpha to a beta test. It's not fair because that's not a completed game. However, I was wondering how they were going to recreate the world and feeling that I got in that cinematic trailer once I got into the game, and short Cliff Notes version is they didn't. And I don't know if they can, because what the cinematic universe gave us is something that the game, at least as far as anybody knows anything about it, is not going to give us, which is any kind of campaign or PvE mode. Marathon feels to me, I love the art, I love the design, I love the music. And for the love of God, we are not talking about the art controversy. I've done that a few videos ago. We're not talking about that right now. I love the music. I love the art. I love the universe. I love the cyberpunky feel. I love post-apocalyptic, kind of end-of-world vibes. I love him. And Glitch, although I know it's not Glitch anymore. But long story short, I enjoy Marathon for what it is, but I want it to be what they gave me in the cinematic universe, or the cinematic trailer. I want that universe, because in the game, it's just straight PvP. And I think that would have been fine, but I think they're going to run into a couple of problems for a few reasons. One, there's people like myself, apparently in Astroguard, some other people too feel the same way, that they gave us a promise in a way that they aren't going to deliver on, which makes people expect things from the game they're not going to get. I think that Bungie is really hoping that Destiny players hop over to Marathon, and that's not going to happen for a multitude of reasons. For one, they're two completely different games. For two, a lot of Destiny players are very bitter at Marathon because they believe that resources and devs and so on and so forth have been forcefully removed from Destiny, thus making Destiny a worse game to support Marathon. So they're not going to go play Marathon because it's the game that killed their favorite game or is destroying their favorite game. And also, I think Bungie underestimates casual players, because extraction shooters, they're very hard to be casual in unless you're Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders allows you to be casual, and that's why that's why that game's so good. And another reason why I think Marathon is going to struggle is Tarkov has a very, very high skill threshold. There's a lot of things to learn. There's a lot of things to know how to do. It's hard to get into that game. And I think Marathon wanted to be more accessible, understandably so. And when I loaded in, I didn't have a hard time navigating the UI of when I got to play a long time ago. I'm sure the game has changed since then. But it wasn't hard to get into. You could hop right in, get going. I didn't feel too lost. Whereas, like, I've been told with Tarkov, like, you're going to need to study materials to get into that game. So I haven't even tried. But then here comes Arc Raiders. And Arc Raiders, I think, is going to fuck Marathon over inadvertently, because Arc Raiders did what Marathon was seeking to do, which made an accessible shooter. Marathon wanted to be accessible, and I think it totally still can be. But Arc Raiders showed what true accessibility is, because Arc Raiders also gives you PvE objectives and things to do that has nothing to do with fighting other team members. And I know that this is a hot topic, and we're not getting into it here either. But in Arc Raiders, I've gone matches upon matches upon matches where I've never ran into somebody who wants to even shoot at me. I've ran into people that wanted to be best friends, homies, say hi, trade items, wave lovingly as we walked away, and extract together. Marathon is straight PvP. There is PvE objectives. There's like bots and things to fight. Thus far, again, it is still it's not a complete game, so it's not fair to completely compare it to Arc Raiders. But people that navigate towards Marathon seem to be more of the sweaty PvP players, the people that are good and or want straight up PvP. And you can make that as accessible as you want, but there are some people who are just not into hardcore PvP, and it makes me worried, because I do want Marathon to do well, but I also think I need to be honest, and Astroguard's video really highlighted what I didn't realize I was thinking is the cinematic short was beautiful, wonderful. The music, everything was so good. I still watch it to this day and I love it. But is Marathon going to deliver that same feeling with the complete game that we got from the cinematic? And I'm afraid the answer is no.